Welcome to episode 13 of the Provenance Marketing Show. I'm your host, Ryan Jennings, and this is the show where we feature New Zealand-made products and talk about New Zealand-made services. First up on the show today, we're talking about Department of Soul. These products in front of me here. This is a company that has been created by Diana Devan, and she's created basically a range of deodorants and lip balms that are free from two critical chemicals. One is parabens, and the second is aluminium. Now, while the science is out on whether those two chemical elements are good or bad for the skin, they're used in a lot of deodorants to stop smell or to stop the pores sweating by clogging the pores with that aluminium. And those deodorants are very effective. Actually, I've worn them most of my life. So this week after Diana sent this through, I started wearing one of them, which was the lime and bergamot one. I just like that flavor. And I put it to the test. So the last couple of days when I went to the gym, I had this on and did the sniff test afterwards and still smelt great. They've also got a delicious aroma to them. Oh, so good. So this one I'm not giving away. I'm keeping this one. The other product they have is the lip balms. This is a cherry one here. What I like about their business strategy is they've kept all the branding really simple. Black and white, never goes out of style. It also works really well with our little Kiwi trademark, which you can see is on the back there. If this is something you're interested in, apart from these two, I'll put to one side, then you can win them. That's Department of Soul. Next up, a company called Rozcraft. Now, Rozcraft are the manufacturer of these possum fur made goods. We've got two different goods here. One is the Kete bag, and the second are these fur cuffs. Now, this is a company that's been around since 1976, and Roz started it with her partner Dave, and they produce products based out of possum fur. They've done very well recently to branch out from souvenirs into helping kapa haka groups with the clothing they need to perform. And they've done a number of deals with groups. So a lot of the kapa haka groups around New Zealand use the Rozcraft goods. The Kete bag here, this is made, I think, let's have a look on here, what it's actually made from. We've got the possum fur, and then I think these are pheasant feathers on the front here. They still go with the classic Kiwi. Like, this is the oldest one we've got. This is back from 1989, 1990. So super retro. There's nothing wrong with continuing to use that. I would prefer that all branding was the new NZ made black and white, like you've just seen. But this works for tourists. A lot of them like the blue and reds. These fur cuffs go around your wrist here. They're supposed to aid with circulation. Also, I asked around the office and they said, look, this is a great thing if you want to retrofit one of your stylish fashion jackets with something that's got a bit of zhuzh. Last up is something for the winter weather. As we're starting to go into the cooler days and certainly the cooler nights, there's a product that may just fill the gap for that soup and casserole time with the family. King Soup has been around a long time. This product here is manufactured out of Masterton, and these guys have been around, would you believe, 60 years. 60 years is a long time to be making a product, and it's all farmed or grown locally. The pearl barley and the split peas are grown in the Canterbury Plains in New Zealand. So you can add these to your casserole or have them as a soup. I like what King Soups have done here, just putting our brand mark straight on the front. That's an easy way for supermarket shoppers to tell that a product is NZ made at a glance. They also have some cool ads.
Great soup recipes have been passed down from generation to generation. And there's one secret Kiwi ingredient that also gets passed down. King Traditional Soup Mix. This winter, try our new beef and vegetable and gluten-free vegetable.
Now, important piece of news. The US Ambassador to New Zealand, Scott Brown, has just announced there are now 2 new visa classes available to New Zealand citizens, specifically for investment and for business who want to do business or invest in the US. Now, this is super exciting because it's going to expand the access businesses have into the US in these two classes. There are some rules around it, and it is a substantial process to go through that application. First of all, you have to be a Kiwi citizen. You have to have at least 50% ownership of that business, although it doesn't have to be a New Zealand incorporated business. And you have to be doing substantial trade with the US already. Not plans to, but at least 50% of your trade must already occur in the United States. It's a non-exclusive criteria, so you can be doing deals and doing business with other parts of the globe. But in terms of the E1 and the E2 visa, they want to see at least 50% of that trade with the US. If you cease to trade in the US, and this is quite an important part, then you'll cease to have residency. So while it's great for access, it also means that your access and time in the US is tied to your success of business. This is a superb opportunity if you've wanted to get into the US longer for just a holiday or a business conference. I strongly urge you, if you're already exporting to the US, to look into this. I'll put the link up on the screen for the us.gov site with more information. Last up today, a new section on the Provenance Marketing Show. I'm going to go through some questions that we get on our website through the Drift Chat app, which we have running.
My question is, we're a manufacturer. We have some of our product made or finished overseas. We also have product that is 100% made in New Zealand, and we're looking to label it with NZ made. My first question would be, how much do we need to differentiate it from our other stock?
Question is around what needs to be done to differentiate New Zealand made products that you manufacture versus those that aren't New Zealand made. The simple answer is our Kiwi trademark does that differentiation for you. You don't have to do anything else with your packaging to differentiate between your product lines. So if you've got one product line that is, let's say, yellow and red, and the yellow one is NZ made, and let's say the red one wasn't, you don't have to change your packaging design. All we specify is that you only label New Zealand made on the products that are licensed to have that Kiwi trademark.
My question is, our client wants to use New Zealand made on their range of pizzas that are going in supermarket. Can you tell me all the costs involved to gain access to the New Zealand made logo, please?
Okay, so there are two costs. First is the one-off cost, which covers registration and a custom URL. And the second is the annual license fee that covers you for the use of the Kiwi trademark across all of your products. You get a certificate of license, and that starts at $275 plus GST for between 1 and 5 staff. The highest tier price is for 400 plus or more employees, and that's $5,000 plus GST per annum. For your business, as a supplying pizzas to the supermarket, let's say you had 4 employees currently, and then in a year's time you had 12, then your license tier will increase from 275, which is from 10 to 30 employees, which is $450 per year. So in terms of a marketing layer, it is a very cost-effective way of adding, as you've seen, something that tells a consumer the provenance of your product.
My question is, what is the purpose of the custom URL?
This is a good question. The custom URL it's a website address personalized to the business. Under that address, that website address, all of the products that are listed, that are licensed to you to apply the trademark will be sitting there. Right, that's it for episode 13. If you've got a question, go across to buyNZ.org.nz, ask away, and it may be included on the show. If you're a business watching and you'd like to see your products here, get in touch with the team and we will feature your New Zealand made product or service. Thanks for watching and see you on episode 14.